This is of a dangerous Chicago gang.
Hey, they like a
was
gang
charged
full
with
of old
19
heads.
confirmed murders by the feds. Wicktown claimed territory primarily in the Austin West Side neighborhood. These guys was putting in so much work that it brought the attention of the feds. And Donald Lee, aka Lil Don, was the head of it. Wicktown also goes by 600, Russ World, and Marquise World. Marquise Brown from Wicktown was a top-ranked member who was putting in a lot of work at a young age. Before he died, CPD had a warrant out for a murder he committed in 2010. Troy Brown Jr., aka Troy from 4900, was the member he killed on August 8, 2010. 15-year-old Troy Brown Jr. was shot and killed, and a 13-year-old
15 years old is crazy.
in a shooting that happened that afternoon at around 2 p.m. in the West Side's Austin community in the 4900 block of West Iowa Street. Marquise Brown, though, was putting in so much work that the ops had to take him out. So on March 27, 2011, Marquise...
Hey, he had a point to prove. He out there dropping like flies. That's crazy.
Brown, 17 years of age, was shot multiple times at around 2:30 p.m. in the 5300 block of West Verdanich Street. This is where police found him unresponsive after being shot multiple times. Ronald Hillerman, aka Russ from Wicktown/Sandgang, was killed by the Four Corner Hustlers in 2014 near a front stoop in the 4900 block of West End Street at about 5 p.m. He was killed by the Four Corner Hustlers because he was claiming Sandgang too. Rust was a money guy and he was known to be focused on his money, and he was claiming Wicktown from a very young age. But the feds charged 13 people, including their leader Lil Don, from multiple charges from murder to attempted murder, robbery.
Bro, why all these dudes look old? This nigga low key look like Kevin Gates a little bit.
Bruh. Legal weapons and more. Donald Lee earned a fearsome reputation by committing multiple murders between 2000 and 2003, which boosted him to leadership status. The first person that he killed was Lamont Ware, which he died on July 22nd, 2000, only at the age of 18. And at this time, Donald Lee was at the age of 18 himself, marking this as...
I don't know, all this is kind of done to me. Just think about this whole situation. It seems like they gotta prove themselves to another man that I'm the toughest. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna go kill him next. I'm the toughest. Like, bro, like, I don't understand this. Like, I don't know, bro. Maybe it's just me, but I ain't gonna lie, I never understood this. Like, why would you want to go put your life in jeopardy just to prove that you tough to another man? Like, bro, I don't know. This is stupid.
As a hitter for the gang, December 23rd, 2002. It was a guy by the name of Ernest Moore. The federal indictment later alleged that Donald Lee and Nathaniel Johnson, aka Booty, carried out this murder. Like many early 2000 cases, this went cold for years. June 15th, 2003, a guy by the name of John Johnson would be his next victim. John Johnson was a reputed OG/leader of Wicktown prior to his death. He was shot to death during a confrontation with Donald Lee. According to later reports, Lee and Johnson were rivals for control of the gang, and at the time, Johnson's murder was swept under the rug as another unsolved gang murder. Then on December 21st,
so they was beefing with each other to see who's gonna be the big homie, who's gonna be the OG. Bruh. Come on, bro, be for real.
2014, Ron Hernandez was shot during a botched armed robbery, which turns Benson, aka Blackie, and Damon Brown, aka Looney. These guys were both from Wicktown. December 23rd, 2014, Abraham Cooper, aka Ace, 19 years of age, was gunned down around Christmas by Damon Brown, aka Looney. He ran up on him and shot him multiple times, killing him in the street. May 23rd, 2015, Charles Weathers, aka Shadow, was a reported top member of a Vice Lord offshoot called MOF, Men of Faith. On May 23rd, 2015, he was shot to death near the 100 block of North Mayfield. Willie Garley, aka Flocka, and Donald Lee were allegedly the shooters. July 15, 2015, Malcolm Willie, aka Baz, was shot while standing on a street in Austin. He was struck in the head by gunfire and died at the scene. Witnesses and later evidence suggest that Malcolm may not have been involved in any gangs, but Donald Lee and Victor Turner, aka Lil Vic, carried out the shooting. This murder is considered senseless, as even Wicktown's members later indicated that they had no clear reason, but it was likely a case of mistaken identity. August 23rd, 2015, James Douthart, aka Mikey, was an OG of a rival crew called TNG or Ghost Mob. He was driving in his own neighborhood near the 1000 block of North Lamont Ave when gunmen opened fire on his vehicle. Douthart was shot multiple times and crashed and later died at the scene.
Oh
He
yeah, I
was
remember.
33
I
years
seen
of
it.
age of his death,
I
and
seen
Donald
this one.
Lee provided the gun for his members to kill him. Only about a week later, on September 2nd, 2015, Dan Rance, aka Dan O, was standing outside his home in the 700 block of North Long Avenue when two men walked up and shot him repeatedly in the chest.
Dang, at
And
his own
collapsed
house.
in his yard and was pronounced dead at the scene at 11:50 p.m.
Hey, my bad, y'all. I had a fly flying across the screen. I don't know if y'all seen it.
Darius Murphy, aka Scudder, and Damon Brown, aka Looney, were the ones that were responsible for the murder, and Murphy even stood over the body to fire additional shots. Rance Gang TNG had just lost Mikey Douthart. Wicktown essentially doubled down by killing Rance as well. January 21st, 2016, Martell Howard,
killing
aka
everybody.
Telly, was found shot to death in a car in West Garfield Park. He was actually from Westchester, Illinois, a suburb, but was in the city visiting friends in the 3900 block of West Wilcox Street. The exact motive is unknown, but it was a Wick City member, and it might have been an internal dispute or robbery. December 23rd, 2016, Stephen Tucker, aka Tip, was shot in the head at point blank range in a basement on West Harron Street.
In the basement? Nah, bro. Nah. Hey, this right here sound like some them little scary movies, that type of like where people be getting, you know, kidnapped and stuff and get thrown in the basement and tortured. They like put the gun to their head and yeah.
Dante
That's
Dockett,
crazy.
aka DT. This shocking internal kill happened when Dockett and Davion Russell, aka Day-Day, accused Tucker, aka Tip, and another young member of stealing from the gang. An argument ensued, and Dockett drew a gun and executed Tucker, which, remember, this was his own.
Come on, bro. Why you didn't like fight him or something? Like, you just had to pull a gun out and just do him like that, though? I don't know, bro. Chicago different. Y'all niggas ruthless down there.
He then chased the other accused youth who fled. This murder right here was a backdoor kill from within the own gang. This will mark the 11th murder for Wicktown, but the 12th murder happened when Derek Jones, aka Boogie, tried to run away. He tried to run away after Stephen Tucker was shot. Dante Duckett and Davion Russell chased him down and shot him multiple times. And this situation would essentially be backdoor murders. April 28th, 2017, Alfred Stovall Jr., aka Lil Alfred, was mistaken for a rival while holding his baby in Austin. Darius Murphy, aka Scudder, was out searching for enemies when he saw Stovall and assumed he was an op. Murphy then opened fire, hitting Stovall multiple times in front of his home in the 600 block of North Laurel Avenue. Stovall would die at the age of 31. Months later, on December 23rd, 2017, Kashawn Mobley, aka
Bro, it was like Castanet. Ain't no cap. Hey, y'all tell me that ain't Castanet. Or is that like Kodak Black or something?
Sitting with a friend on the back of a porch in the 5200 block of West Ferdinand Street when 4 Wicktown members ambushed him, which was Donald Lee, Darius Murphy, Damon Brown, and Willie Gardley. Mobley was struck multiple times in the head and body and died at the scene.
God, and he's chilling on his porch and 4 people just come around the corner and just sneak attack him. That's crazy.
Was a member of a rival vicelords set named LF 5200, and his killing was a part of Wicktown's beef with that gang. On January 11th, 2018, Ray Hudges, aka Dirty, was ambushed and shot while getting into a car around 11:30 a.m. in the 5300 block of West Race Avenue. Him and another man were about to drive away when gunfire erupted. He would die at only the age of 33. January 31st, 2018, Donald Holmes Jr., aka Moneybag, was lured to his death in a calculated murder for hire plot. Once a close friend of Wicktown leader Deshaun Morgan, aka Tiny, incorrectly suspected Holmes of being a police informant, so Morgan decided to have him eliminated. Morgan tricked Holmes and his girlfriend, 30 years of age, Dane Taylor, into meeting up in the 4700 block of West Arthington Street. As Holmes parked his Jeep Cherokee around 11:13 p.m., Wicktown hitman Darius Murphy, aka Scudder, slipped into the back seat of the Jeep and opened fire, executing Holmes and Taylor with
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, Chicago, bro, y'all be having some of the most craziest stories. Like, this seemed like something whoever the killer was watching too many, you know, them scary movies growing up. Bro, they doing stuff that like happen on movies. They sneaking up, plotting on people, you know, setting them up. This crazy.
Shot wounds to the back of the head. This homicide was a brutal backdoor situation, and pictures of the crime scene showed the Jeep riddled with bullets and shattered glass everywhere. It turned out that Holmes had been an informant years prior for a separate case, but was not cooperating at that time.
So they thought he was still snitching.
Were later charged. Deshaun Morgan, who ordered it, Darius Murphy, the shooter, and Damon Brown, aka Looney, who was the getaway and logistics. This incident, essentially Morgan killing his loyal friend over unfounded paranoia, was the breaking point, and the next day, Brown bought a getaway car and helped dispose of the murder weapon by trading the gun off. Then on March 10th, 2019.
Bro, that's so stupid. Like, bro, I might not be the brightest apple in the bag, but bro, you just killed somebody and you gonna go trade the gun? It's all the police gotta do. Whoever you traded that gun with, boom, they get caught with it. The police gonna try to charge them for that murder. They gonna ask, where did he get the gun from if he says it's not his? Bro, they gonna snitch on you. Like, I don't understand, bro. Like, if y'all were smart, y'all would dig a hole somewhere in the middle of nowhere, I don't know, and just bury the gun and just take that loss. Like, bro, y'all niggas be dumb.
Sammy Hudges, aka Samuel, was shot during a quarrel outside an Austin restaurant. Around 6:15 a.m., Hudges got into a verbal, then physical altercation with a younger man, which was Victor Turner, aka Jew, in the 600 block of North Surrey Avenue. Turner left the fight, retrieved a handgun from his girlfriend's car, and returned firing into a small crowd. Hudges was struck in the back and the thigh and collapsed. He was rushed to Stroger's Hospital, where he died from his wounds. Witnesses knew both men and identified Turner as the shooter.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. Like, people gotta learn how to, you know, control their anger. Like, stuff like this is unacceptable. Like, you went to your girlfriend's car to get a gun, and then you shoot in like a crowd of people to shoot at one person. Like, bro, did you not once just like think, like, I'm not gonna shoot right here, it's a lot more people right here, I could hit anybody?
Turner even confessed to a police on video. Turner's motive was personal. It was an argument that spiraled out of control and turned into a murder. August 22nd, 2022, Ronald Boyd, aka Ron, was standing with a group of people around midnight in the 800 block of North Laurel Avenue when a gunman jumped out of a black Jeep and opened fire into the crowd. Ronald Boyd was shot in the neck, chest, and leg. Two others were struck and survived. Boyd was pronounced dead at Mount Sinai Hospital soon after. It turned out that David Arrington, aka Day Day, one of Wicktown's youngest members, was the shooter, and he later told police his motive. He had believed that Boyd had killed his aunt's best friend days prior, and thus he had sought revenge. This was one of the last murders before Wicktown indictment.
String of murders, shootings.
Hey, they don't play in Chicago, bro. Most of these are like get back murders or like setups. Like, they realize, I see that they really with it. They not even getting the facts. They just, if they think you did something, they come to get you.
Like a lot of cases, this started small. It started with drug buys and wiretaps and looking at drug trafficking on the west side of Chicago.
Yeah.
And through following the evidence where it leads, and the persistence and the diligence and really the tireless work of many, many people, it ultimately led to a RICO investigation and RICO charges involving, as I mentioned before, 19 murders, 19 attempted murders, and a lot of other acts of violence. The Wicktown case is one of several racketeering indictments brought in recent years under U.S. Attorney John Lausch. In May, 4 reputed members of a faction of the Gangster Disciples are scheduled to go on trial in a string of killings and other shootings in the Englewood neighborhood between.
In addition to these 19 fatalities, Wicktown members are suspected in numerous attempted murders, at least 19 non-fatal shootings. On November 1st, 2021, the U.S. Attorney unsealed a 21-count indictment charging 13 Wicktown members with racketeering conspiracy. All 13 were arrested, and the indictment details nearly 40 acts of violence, 19 murders, and 19 attempts. The attorneys called it the most vicious gang ever prosecuted.
Yeah, so they like basically, they got all the facts on this gang. They know everybody they killed, how they killed them. They know them down from the color socks they wear, what time they get up and eat breakfast. Like, this is crazy. The feds did some like deep dive into some real work on this.
The racketeering case was a major victory for law enforcement, and it's effectively dismantled the gang's leadership. With more and more indictments happening against gangs these days, a lot of members are being a lot more careful of what they're saying online, and this gang's presence online wasn't even a factor. These guys were real killers.
It's still stupid though. Like, I understand that none of this is right, but bruh, y'all be out here doing dirt, and the first thing y'all want to do is run to social media. Y'all want to get on Instagram Live. Hey, I just killed somebody today. Come get back. Like, bro, I don't know. Some of y'all just be lost for real, and it's sad. That's like me going outside and I shoot somebody and kill them, and then I come get on YouTube and talk to y'all about it. Hey, I just walked outside today and blew his head off. Like, bro, what? I don't know. Y'all be backwards though.